Hi everyone, this is your biology class and I'm your teacher Seema Atreja. Welcome you all in my class. Students, today we are going to start our second chapter of first unit, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. When we talk about the flowering plants, we are talking about the angiospermic plant. Only category of plant in which flower arises in nature. So we are going to study the reproduction in case of angiospermic plant. In previous chapter we studied the different phases in the life cycle of a plant. The first phase is the vegetative phase. After completion of the vegetative phase of the plant, reproductive phase started. How can we recognize the reproductive phase in case of angiospermic plant? That is, the growth and development of flower started after completion of the vegetative phase. So flower is the reproductive organ which participate in sexual reproduction. वैसे तो हमको पार्ट्स ऑफ फ्लावर पता है, बट फिर भी यहाँ पर हम एक क्विक रिवीजन लेंगे चैप्टर को आगे कंटिन्यू करने से पहले. हाउ मेनी पार्ट्स आर प्रेजेंट इन ए फ्लावर एंड व्हाट kind of function they perform in the life cycle of the angiospermic plant. So I am going to draw the structure of flower. All the parts of the flower are attached with a thalamus or receptacle. Stalk of the flower is known as the pedicel. And what is thalamus or receptacle? That is swollen tip of pedicel is known as the thalamus. We can call it as receptacle. In the center carpel or pistil is present. Swollen tip of the pistil is known as the stigma. Cylindrical portion in the middle represents the style, and the basal swollen portion represents the ovary. Inside the ovary, ovules are there, and inside the ovule, female gamete, egg is present. All three parts together constitute the pistil. Pistil is the female reproductive part of flower. Next part adjacent to pistil is present. This is called stamen, composed of two parts. The lobed upper part is known as the anther, and the filament cylindrical portion represents the filament. These two parts together constitutes the stamen. Stamen represents the male reproductive part of flower. Next part of flower, that is colorful part, known as the petals. Group of petals constitutes the corolla. And the last part of the flower, that is green leaf-like structure, they represents the sepals. Group of sepals together constitutes the calyx. So there are 4 parts in a flower. If we are going from outside to inner side, on the outer surface sepals are present which constitutes the calyx. Second part is petals, green पंखुड़ियाँ, कलरफुल पंखुड़ियाँ जो फ्लावर्स में प्रेजेंट होती है, मोस्टली कलरफुल होते हैं. They are known as the petals and they together constitutes the corolla. Third part is stamen, which consists of 2 parts. Upper swollen lobed portion is known as the anther and cylindrical part represents the filament. Anther and filament together constitutes the stamen, that is the third part in case of flower, and it represents the male reproductive part. The fourth part is pistil, which is present inside the or in the center of the flower, made up of 3 parts. Upper swollen tip stigma on which pollen grains land after pollination. Middle cylindrical portion represents the style and the basal part represents the ovary. All 3 parts, stigma, style and ovary, together constitutes the pistil or female reproductive part of the flower. So this is the 4th part in case of flower. So it is made up of 4 parts. First part, sepals, constitutes calyx. Together constitutes the calyx. What is their function? It is protective in function. In a bud condition, it provides protection to the inner part of the flower. So it is protective in function. Second part is petals, which together constitutes the corolla. They are mostly colorful and attract the insect for pollination. They attract the insects for pollination. These 2 parts are the accessory parts. Which help in reproduction. The third part is stamen, which represents the male reproductive part. And the fourth part is pistil, which represents the female reproductive part. These 2 parts, stamen and pistil, are the reproductive part of the flower which participate in sexual reproduction. They are known as the essential parts, as they participate in sexual reproduction. In the stamen, male gamete की formation होती है, and in the pistil, female gametes are produced. What is flower? Flower is a modified shoot. Flower is a modified stem. We discuss it in morphology. We know the structure of stem. What is present in the stem? Nodes and internodes are there. And this is the apical end. Above the nodes, meristematic tissue is there, which has the division of power, and at the apex also, apical meristem is there. When vegetative phase is completed, vegetative apex of the stem is converted into reproductive apex and it starts producing floral leaves. This is the central part or apical part. Here is the pistil produced, that is the carpel made up of stigma, style and ovary. Adjacent to the apical part, on this node, second floral leaves, that is anther and filament constitute the stamen is there, and adjacent to this another floral leaves, that is petals are produced, and next to it sepals are produced. And when the reproductive phase started, what happened? If we compressed this stem, then what happens? Internodal length decreases and nodes lies adjacent to each other. If we compress this stem, this flattened kind of structure is produced, which we known as the thalamus or receptacle. And on this thalamus or receptacle, all the floral parts are present. This is the apical part of the stem, which comes in the center of this thalamus and on which pistil is produced. Adjacent to this, stamen originate from the nodal portion. Adjacent to this, petals are produced from the next node. Adjacent to this, sepals are produced. In this way, that is vegetative apex is converted into reproductive apex and reproductive phase of the plant started. Main essential parts of the flower which participate in sexual reproduction are stamen and pistil. So here we are going to discuss the structure of stamen. Stamen is composed of two parts. Upper lobed portion is known as the anther, and below which filament-like structure is present. So anther and filament together constitute the stamen. This is the structure of stamen. Lobed anther is present at the tip and below which filament is there. Filament either is attached on the thalamus or in some cases it may be arises from the petals and represents the epipetalous condition. This is the lobed portion that is known as the anther, and this is the stalk-like structure represents the filament. Filament may be arises from the thalamus and in some cases it may arises from the petals and represents the epipetalous condition. In rare cases, anther may be monothecous, that is monothecous, or it may be, usually it is dithecous. What are these terms? Anther may consist of single lobe or it may consist of the two lobes. यहाँ पर मैंने दो lobes बनाई हैं, so it is dithecous anther. Monothecous anther we see in case of Malvaceae family. There is only single lobe is present in the anther, which represents the monothecous condition of anther. But usually in the nature dithecous anther is present, and in anther two theca या two lobes are present. I am using the word theca. Theca represents the lobes. So if two lobes are present, it means two thecas are there. Then the anther is dithecous, which is usually occur in nature. If one lobe is there, it means it consists of one theca and it represents the monothecous condition of the anther, as in case of Malvaceae family. Filament may be attached with the thalamus, or it may be arises from the petals and represents the epipetalous condition. If I cut the transverse section of anther, what we observe? I am going to draw the internal structure of anther. So anther lobes are visible. Such kind of structure is visible if we cut the transverse section of anther. This portion represents the one lobe or one theca, and this is the another lobe or second lobe, represents the dithecous condition. इसको डिस्कस करने से पहले कुछ और अभी डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट द एंथर. These two anther lobes are connected together with the help of a strial tissue that is known as the connective. Connective is a strial tissue. Strial tissue means do not participate in reproduction and help in joining the two anther lobes in a dithecous anther. Anther is attached with the filament. On this basis, four types of stamen we study. These are the anther lobes. Maybe filament is attached with the base of the anther lobe. Then it is known as basifixed anther. Or stamen. Basifixed stamen. If the filament is attached with the dorsal side of the anther lobes, then it is known as the dorsifixed stamen. Sometimes filament is attached entire length of the anther lobes, then it represents the adennate type of stamen. The another fourth type, in which anther lobes freely hang into the air and filament is attached from middle of the anther lobes, allow anther lobes to swing freely into the air. This condition is found in the anemophilous flower. Anemophily is the condition where pollination takes place with the help of wind. Such kind of stamen is known as the versatile stamen, and it is characteristic feature of the anemophilous flower where pollination takes place with the help of wind. On maturity, these anther lobes swing freely in the air and release stamen into the air. So on the basis of attachment of filament with anther, four types of stamen in nature we can observe. Basifixed, if filament is attached at the base. Dorsifixed, if filament is attached on the dorsal surface of the anther lobe. Adennate, if it is connected through the entire length of the anther lobes, then it is known as adennate type. And the fourth type is versatile. which is a characteristic feature of the anemophilous flower where pollination takes place with the help of wind, and anther lobes swing freely in the air and release stamen into the air, where filament is attached at middle point of the anther lobes and allow anther lobes to swing freely in the air. So 4 types of stamens are present in nature. Now we come on the transverse section of anther. If we cut the transverse section of the anther, what we observe? Such kind of structure we observe. This portion represents the one lobe and other portion represents the another lobe. In the center of 2 lobes, what is there? That is strial tissue connective, which connects the 2 anther lobes. This is known as the strial tissue, that is connective. Each anther lobe consists of 2 microsporangia. This is the one anther lobe representing 2 microsporangia. This is the another anther lobe. Here also 2 microsporangia are there. Outside the microsporangia, these are the wall layers which are produced on maturity of the anther. So this is the structure of immature anther. 2 anther lobes are there which are connected with the help of strial tissue, that is known as the connective, and in each anther lobe 2 microsporangia is there. So in entire anther 4 microsporangia are there. Inside the microsporangia on maturity known as the pollen sac, where pollen grains are produced, and outside the microsporangia there is the wall formation takes place. This is all about in this video. Next, mature structure and microsporogenesis we study in our next video. This is all about in this video. I think the concept is very much clear to you all. Thank you so much.